I think all animals are probably wonderful animals. I don't think animals kill or hurt typically for anything other than survival or food. I don't think that animals are by nature mean. I think they learn, and even animals that are really strong and really aggressive, I think that's what they have to do to survive in their world. I don't really think that they are uncaring. That one is Rowdy. In case you haven't already figured that out. Who apparently has 2 tricks. Sweet baby. No, that isn't Rowdy. That's Princess. So there's 10, 12 raccoons, and they're just, sometimes they're like a little mob of sheep. They come running up all at once, and sometimes there's 2 or 3. They all have different personalities to some degree, especially some of them, like you've met Rowdy, who got named Rowdy because he's kind of rowdy. And there's Little Biscuit and, you know, Tina and all of that kind of stuff. So it just got to the point where once I realized that I was doing this physical exam and stuff, I'm like, you know, I really should get some of this on film. Because at some point in my life, it'll be really good to be able to remember this or to be able to prove it. Depending on why I'd want to do either one. I don't know, but...
She licking your hand?
So weird. People drive by, and I can tell you twice now, people have just kind of like stopped and then driven halfway up in the middle of the road the wrong way. Families have stopped. It's just, it's amazing to me. And one night this, you know, like a military vehicle went by and it parked across the street, and I was like, oh God, here we go. And I heard a voice, and it sounded just like it had a little bit of a southern accent. And I'm thinking, you know, there's 5, 6 guys sitting in there from the Army Reserve or whatever. Excuse me, ma'am, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. And he goes, are those raccoons? And whenever somebody says that, I always want to just say, no, they're very unique dogs, or, you know, I can't, because, yeah, they're raccoons. I mean, can you tell? And he's like, you sure you're okay? And I'm like, yep, I'm fine. He goes, what's the record number you ever had with you there at one time? And I said, I think 14. And he's like, wow, okay, well, you be safe, ma'am. And he left. And so, I mean, it just contributed to the whole military thing. 2 nights later, he pulls up again. It turns out it's just the guy who owns something that looks like a military truck with his son. And they're like, oh, we've been talking about you, blah, 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 blah. And then a couple nights later, the wife and the daughter and the son, they all show up. And so it's kind of like he says, we're your fan club, don't worry, we're not going to turn you in, it's okay. So I've had people who, all sorts of people who've been really happy to get to see the raccoons and to know them and to see this happening. And some people who are still a little bit like, okay, this is a little scary. You guys were down to only 2 cookies, and those are going to be for your mom. So you guys are going to have to eat peanuts. Princess, get. That's for your mama. For your mama. Oh, speak of the devil. Here he comes.
Yeah.
Did you hear a new canister? Huh? Did you hear a new can? Is that what you heard? Here, Rod. And there you go. There you go. Yeah. And this is the part that I start to like, is when they've had enough, they've
semi-calm. Most of them will go over there, and I can just be your friend. Princess, can you go away for a little bit, even though you look exactly... Uh-oh, it's okay. What's the matter?
I don't worry that they'll attack. I mean, this whole thing about raccoon attacks.
Yeah.
My theory is if you pretend you're going to feed them, or if you go into a park where there's a whole bunch of them that are really hungry and you have peanut butter sandwiches, they're not attacking you. They're trying to get the food out of your pockets, you know. So I've had raccoons reach in my pockets and pull stuff out.
Come on. Come on. Gentle. Can you do that gently? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. See, then they put their paws. They don't want you to move. And he's learned not to dig his claws in when he doesn't want me to move. He used to, like, grab me. And now he's learning that hurts me and I'll pull away. And then I'll swish him. Yeah, you get a little swat, don't you? A little pop on the nose with a fingertip. Yes, you can. Well, you're so excited. You usually don't get so many. Now, what are you doing with your claws? What are you doing? You're getting lazy. All gone. All gone. You ate them all. You gotta give me my hand back so I can get some. If you don't give me my hand back, I can't get some more. Give me my hand. All right. Get your peanuts. There we go. All right, that's George. She's the one who has the baby right now. Should not have a baby. And her shape is a little bit different. It's rounder body because she's nursing. Oh, zipper. That one's Snowball. She's huge.
So even when they all come at me like a mob, they'll touch my legs, but they're not scratching me, they're not hurting me. Some of them will pull on my clothes, but they're not going down to my skin or anything like that. Rowdy was too comfortable, and I don't think he recognized how delicate skin was. But even like when he would pull the rubber band thing out of my hair, he wouldn't pull my hair. He just wants to pull the rubber band thing out and find out what it is and look at it. Because he was too rough, I spent some time working with him on gentle, and the way I would teach him to be gentle was I would only give him food when he would actually back up or when he would calm down. So that whole capacity to turn there, oh my God, it's going to get taken away from me. If I reassure him, don't worry, you're going to get some.
Will you do your trick again? Come here. Come here.
And now lately, I haven't seen her with two or two's babies. I've seen her on her own or with just her babies, but not in the big group anymore. The whole mass group thing is completely dissolved. So I think that whole thing where go out and find your own territory, I think some of that has started to happen, and they're not traveling in a big pack anymore.
They're not.
Mm-mm.
Not in the
We
fall.
caught it. We just caught it in time when we did as far as the filming of that.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.